We all love Into the Spider-Verse for showing us that anyone can wear the mask. The idea of a bunch of unique spider heroes teaming up feels so fresh, and it's totally blown up across comics and movies. But what if I told you a video game did it first? And honestly, in some ways, it did it even better. I'm talking about Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, the game that juggled 4 unique Spider-Man long before the movies made it the cool thing to do. And it didn't just slap on different costumes. It built the entire worlds and gameplay around who they were. This wasn't just another multiverse story, it was a masterclass in making you feel like 4 completely different heroes. Today we're breaking down how each Spidey's unique mechanics created a gem of a game that absolutely still holds up.
Says no distractions. Here, now, it ends.
To really get why Shattered Dimensions was such a big deal, you have to rewind to 2010. Superhero games were in the middle of a huge shake-up. Just a year before, Batman Arkham Asylum had completely changed the game, proving that a focused, linear story-driven superhero title could be a massive hit. It was dark, gritty, and polished. Meanwhile, Spider-Man games had become synonymous with open-world sandboxes, thanks to the legendary Spider-Man 2 movie tie-in. The expectation was clear. Spidey games meant swinging through a huge New York City, and bigger was always better. Then Beenox got the keys to the franchise and made a call that was, at the time, incredibly bold. Instead of trying to make an even bigger open world, they ran in the complete opposite direction. They gave us a linear, level-based action game. On paper, it sounded like a step backward. A Spider-Man game where you can't just swing wherever you want? It sounded crazy. But Beenox had an ace up their sleeve. An idea so good it didn't need a giant map to sell it. They decided to tap into the massive 50-year history of Spider-Man comics to do something no game had really done before. Build the entire experience around the multiverse. This wasn't some cheap gimmick, it was the game's heart and soul. The developer, Beenox, even had different teams work on each dimension to make sure they all felt totally unique. It was a huge swing, but it paid off, defining the game and even planting seeds for the Spider-Verse stories we love today. In fact, writer Dan Slott, who worked on this game, later penned the 2014 Spider-Verse comic storyline, which took major inspiration from the game's concept. Like a lot of great action games, the story in Shattered Dimensions is wonderfully simple. It's the perfect excuse for its awesome gameplay. It all kicks off with the Master of Illusion, Mysterio, trying to steal a mystical artifact called the Tablet of Order and Chaos. Of course, Spidey shows up to stop him, but during the fight, the tablet shatters. This is when Madame Web rolls in. She explains that the tablet fragments have been scattered across 4 different dimensions, landing in the hands of a bunch of supervillains and juicing them up. The multiverse is starting to fall apart, and to fix things, she needs the help of 4 different Spider-Man: the Amazing Spider-Man, the Moody Spider-Man Noir, the Futuristic Spider-Man 2099, and the symbiote-powered Ultimate Spider-Man. And that's pretty much it. That's the whole setup, really. It's a simple chase for a MacGuffin, but it does one thing perfectly. It gives us a reason to jump between these incredible, visually stunning worlds and see what makes each Spider-Man tick. The plot doesn't get bogged down in details. It knows the real story isn't about collecting tablet pieces. It's about exploring these dimensions and the heroes in them. The story is an excuse, but it's a brilliant one, and it sets the stage for the real star of the show, the gameplay.
Here we go again.
The real genius of Shattered Dimensions is that it doesn't just give you 4 different costumes for the same hero. It delivers 4 totally distinct gameplay experiences, each one carefully built to reflect the personality and world of its Spider-Man. This is where Beenox's vision really shines, creating a game that feels like 4 awesome mini-games rolled into one. First up, the one and only Amazing Spider-Man, voiced by the awesome Neil Patrick Harris. His gameplay is the foundation for the whole experience. It's the classic Spidey formula, perfected. His world is bright and cel-shaded, looking like a comic book come to life, and his levels are pure third-person action platforming bliss. His combat is fast, acrobatic, and all about the webs. He's not just punching and kicking, he's creating giant web hammers and web maces, yanking guys toward him and pulling off crazy combos. This is a Spider-Man who thinks on his feet. His gameplay feels balanced and familiar, like a comfortable dance of dodging and webbing that anyone who's played a Spidey game will get right away. He's the baseline, the pure fun of being Spider-Man that sets the stage for the wilder stuff to come.
Kill him now? No! Play with him. Don't give him a chance to escape! I want to make him suffer. Make it last. No! Do it now! Kill him!
Flint, your consciousness can't handle being spread this thin. The fragment has made you too powerful.
You would say that. Wait, what if he's right? No, it's a trick. It's not a trick. I can feel it. Shut up. Admit it. He's right. He's lying. Shut up. All of you, just shut up. Quiet!
And then the game flips the script. You're dropped into a stark, black and white world of shadows from the 1930s. The universe of Spider-Man Noir. This is easily the most daring of the 4 dimensions. The bright colors are gone, replaced with high contrast lighting. The music gets moody and atmospheric, and the gameplay completely changes.
You make it sound so
Behold! The Goblin in all his glory. Stronger. More powerful.
And that hair, it's scarier than ever.
Voiced with a gritty seriousness by Christopher Daniel Burns. This Spidey isn't a high-flying show-off. He's a silent hunter. The Noir levels ditch rolling for pure stealth. You have to stick to shadows, because getting spotted is basically a death sentence. This Spider-Man is way more vulnerable. The goal is to silently pick off enemies from the darkness, using takedowns from walls, ledges, and the ground. The game makes you patient, forcing you to watch patrol patterns and strike at a perfect moment. It's a brilliant change of pace that feels less like a Spider-Man game and more like a superhero version of Splinter Cell or even Batman Arkham Asylum, offering a tense counterpoint to all the action. From the dark past, we blast into the distant future with Spider-Man 2099, Miguel O'Hara, voiced by Dan Gilvezan. His world is a blinding neon-soaked cyberpunk city called Nueva York, and his gameplay is all about one thing: speed. If Amazing is the all-rounder and Noir is the stealth guy, 2099 is the high-speed aerial combat machine. His levels are full of insane vertical drops and have this incredible sense of velocity. The most memorable parts are the freefall sections where you're plummeting through canyons of flying cars, dodging junk, and fighting enemies in a dizzying blur. In a fight, Miguel uses his sharp talons and aerial attacks, but his rear race is accelerated vision, which lets him slow down time. This creates a Matrix-style bullet time effect that lets you dodge attacks with ease and adds a cool tactical layer to his fast-paced combat. Playing as 2099 feels like being shot out of a cannon, and it's awesome. Finally, we land in the Ultimate Universe. Here we are a younger Peter Parker, voiced by the fan favorite Josh Keaton, who's back in the black symbiote suit, but this time Madame Web is using her psychic powers to keep the suit's corrupting influence in check, letting Peter unleash its raw power without losing himself. The result is gameplay built around pure unfiltered aggression. The Ultimate Dimension is the most chaotic and destructive of the 4. This Spider-Man fights with symbiote Tendrils, lashing out with huge sweeping attacks that are perfect for clearing out crowds. But the real game changer is his Rage mode. As you fight, a meter fills up, and when you're activated, you unleash the symbiote's full power. Your attacks become ridiculously overpowered. Your reach gets bigger, and you become an unstoppable wrecking ball. Playing as Ultimate Spider-Man is a total power fantasy. It's about cutting loose, embracing the chaos, and feeling like the strongest hero in the room. Shattered Dimensions isn't perfect. Levels can get repetitive, fight enemies, chase a boss, rinse and repeat. While Noir stealth is a standout, the other 3 Spider-Men share a similar core combat loop, which can feel a bit samey, but when it shines, it really shines. Boss fights are highlights, with villains reimagined for each dimension. Noir, Hammerhead, 2019-90 Scorpion, and even Deadpool stage featuring Nolan North's iconic voice. First-person finishers are simple but satisfying. The voice cast is incredible. Neil Patrick Harris, Christopher Daniel Barnes, Dan Gilvezan, and Josh Keaton nailed their versions of Spidey, and Stan Lee's narration ties it all together. The game feels like it was made by fans for fans. Shattered Dimensions was bold, ditching open world for 4 distinct Spider-Men, each with unique gameplay. You feel Noir's patience, 2099's speed, and Ultimate's raw symbiote power. Despite some repetitive missions, the game's core idea, the multiverse with gameplay that reflects each hero, works brilliantly. It laid the groundwork for the Spider-Verse storytelling we know today. A true pioneer. Which Spider-Man dimension was your favorite? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. And thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers!